Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Sim World, and we're on the Cane Creek subdivision, and we've got this. Well, it's a modestly lengthy number that we're hauling today, and I'm endeavouring to do a fine job with it. But by which I mean I'm intending not to derail the thing, because it's relatively lengthy. It's 7 a.m. It's a beautiful morning, and the train goes on for quite some time, and it's rather splendid. I'll tell you what, I'll save this shot until I'm underway, and then we'll have it slide past the camera in that majestic fashion that we're all used to and enjoy. Right, first things first, let's get us operational. Good news, the train is pretty much set up already. Just a couple of things to... Oh, train. Oh, yeah, hang on. Let's enjoy the moment. Flipping heck, he's giving it some. Well, I say that. I mean, he's probably doing all of 30 miles per hour, but you know, when you're hauling a big load like that, that could be considered some that's being given. Right, let's wang the front headlights on. The back headlights, we can leave them alone. What am I missing? Oh, the illumination of the number, which is over here somewhere. It is. I know it. It's one of these. I mean, I could zoom in, and then we'd be able to find it probably a little bit quicker. I'll turn the fridge on. Otherwise, how are my various beverages going to stay cold? We'll keep the window heaters on as well. Otherwise, how are my windows going to stay cold? It doesn't really matter. Where is it? It's the flipping... There's a light switch here somewhere. I'm certain of it. Oh, unless it's over on the other panel, which is it's certainly possible. Heater, yes please. I want to keep it. Good. Yeah, I'll deploy both heaters. You know, it means business when there's two heats. I'm keeping Sally, my junior associate here. She's being kept suitably warmed as well. Heating, air conditioning. This is all pretty important. Like high heat. Yeah, I'm not in a low fan kind of place. Wait, where's the? Would give me the. Look, if I don't put there, I want gauge lights for starters, but that's not the one I wanted. I want my number light on. I was certain it was back here. You know, certain. Refrigerator. I've probably just missed it. Short hood headlights. No, that's all good. Distributor power is on. Yeah. No, wait. Where? Running lights are on. Yeah, need those. Look, I'll be sad if I can't find this. I've had it on every time. There we number lights. Thank you. Knew they were there. Yeah. No, there's no mistake in there in the slightest. Right, let's off the tempo. Now, we've got quite a bit of downhill to go here. So, unlike the traditional gripping it and ripping it that you may be familiar with, we're going to be using a little bit of braking it so we avoid breaking it, is the overall plan. There you go, let's get the windows open. Yeah, I know, I've got the windows open and I've got the heater on. Yeah, see how you like that, planet Earth. Right, and well, I'll tell you what, shall I put the reverser in the forwards? That would be a helpful way to start. Flipping idiot. Right. Okay. Getting me power going. Don't get me wrong, we're not hauling yet. This is literally gravity. We've got a 1% downhill right now, and that's enough for this train to pick up plenty of speed. Anyway, look, there you go. See, this is what you came to see. Oh yeah. Right, let's give it a honk. Let people know what's up. Flipping great train, that's what's up. Yeah, love it. Right, so where are we going? Well, we're going down the hill for a bit. Not very far, only about 5 miles. Then we've got to mix up the old consist that we've got going on here and shuffle some stuff around and make sure it's all suitably set up for whatever else it's got to do today. I know it's technical, but you're going to have to live with it. Right, I'm going to go and find somewhere splendid to hang out so that we can watch the drama. You know what? We'll make out that we're in our pickup truck here in the wilds of Utah, and we'll watch it come past. There you go. It's going a ding 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 ding. We'll give it some of that. I'll turn the no. Give it some of this. Turn that off. Give it just a dab of that. Then turn that off. There we are. Don't want it running out of control while I'm just having a glamour camp moment. Nice. Bit of a honk as we go past. It's what we like to see. Now, those containers at the back, they've probably got things in. But let me tell you, the majority of what you are most likely to be hauling in this part of the world, it's going to be hot. It's going to be potash. Oh yeah. I mean, there is in fact a town called Potash in Utah, and it is named because potash is what is mined there. Oh, I know. You know, I've come prepared. You know, anytime you're taking the kids on a long journey, you want to make sure you've got something to keep them amused. And this is it's not necessarily the longest of journeys that you can take, but it's certainly going to be slow. And the scenery is quite frankly some of the great wide open plains that you get in America. I know. Would Utah consider the American plains? Don't know. But it's wide open. I'll tell you that. There's lots of sky going on. And therefore, there's precious few happy eaters, little chefs, that kind of behaviour to look at out the window. So to keep them amused, I brought along a fact sheet about potash for you, particularly potassium carbonate. Yeah, I mean, originally, of course, it's been used as a bleaching agent in textile manufacture. It can be used in making glass or ceramics. Very good at making soap. In fact, this dates back to the Bronze Age. Oh yeah, it genuinely does. And it's usually obtained by leaching the ashes of land and sea plants. Yeah. Now, beginning in the 14th century, potash was mined in Ethiopia. Yeah, I mean, that's not what. See what I mean about the sky? It's good, isn't it? Lots of, I mean, a sky as far as the eye can see, apart from the land, which the eye can also see, and the train running through the middle of the land, which obviously we can see, because that's what we're here to pay attention to. Right, let's turn the bell off, and let's take the brake off. We can afford to go a little bit faster than this. Yeah, gravity is my homeboy in this one. Gravity's going to do most of the job for me. It's going to be absolutely splendid. Now we've got to go via in the first instance, and that little kick that you may have observed there is the brakes completing releasing along the length of the train. Now it's not the longest train you're ever going to come across, but it's pretty long, and therefore, I mean, I've got a good 35 odd wagons attached to this one. So it's not insubstantial. It's just not necessarily the longest that you're going to get. So here's the thing, right? Potash was in fact one of the most important industrial chemicals. It's true. It was refined from the ashes of broadleaf trees and produced primarily in the forested areas of Europe, Russia and North America, particularly here in Utah, in the potash region. The first US patent of any kind was issued in 1790 to Samuel Hopkins. For an improvement in the making of potash and pearl ash by a new apparatus and process. It's true. Yes, no, that's a fact. You can read that on the place that I'm reading it. It's decidedly true. Yeah. Right. What do we got? 3.2 miles to go. We're doing 35 miles per hour now. I mean, you know, we are allowed to do 60 down here, but I'm taking it easy. The one thing we don't want is to be running out of control as we head on down the track here at an increasing pace. You'll see, you know, got no power on, and we are picking up speed because gravity's getting the job done. Now you might go like, so is this an entirely hands-off adventure that we find ourselves on today? And I go, no, not even slightly. I can hang my head out the window like a dog. If that's what takes my fancy, then you know what? I'd rather think it does. Yeah, I'm leaning out the side, waving to passers-by who happen to be paying an interest. We've got a yellow signal coming up, so I possibly ought to just get control of the beast to ensure that should there be a red afterwards, we're not going to just burn straight through it and end our adventure together early. I mean, that wouldn't be ideal, would it? No, it wouldn't. In fact, let's get a little bit more control over the beast, just in case I do have to now hammer the brake on. 2 miles. That's fine. 2 miles and another yellow. It's all good. And in 2.3 we're coming to a stop anyway. But in 2.1 we've got to slow to 30. We'll be ready. So, okay, well, if we go for about a 27 on the service braking there, should be about right. gently does it. I mean, the AC 4400, of course, in its resplendent Union Pacific livery here, is it's the big beast. It's the big dog. It's it's what you want. It's going to get the job done, and I'm running a pair of them here to keep it going. I said potash was mined earlier on, didn't I? Yeah, you see, I've since come to the realisation that that's just not the case. No, it's wood ashes. Yeah. What's it used for primarily? Well, these days it's mostly used in fertiliser. No, it's very true. The nitrates and the nitrogen count and all that kind of business that it's got going on in there. It's great. Yeah. There you are. That's it. I think I might be out of potash facts now. If there are any other facts you require, Google it. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, what I will tell you, though, is that between 1420 and 1620, the primary exporting cities for wood-derived potash were Danzig, Königsberg and Riga. But from 1640s, geopolitical disruptions meant that the centres of export moved from the Baltic to Archangel in Russia. In 1700, Russian ash was dominant through Danzig, notable for the quality of its potash. Yeah, I know. You don't usually come here to learn things, but learning things you are, and therefore, you're welcome. We got 1.2 miles to go until we pass the Brendel, passing Siding East, and we need to be slowed to around 30 miles per hour before we reach that, because we've got a junction to go through. It's okay. We'll be there. I'm holding at 39 at the moment. I can get it down to 30 in a couple of hundred yards. That's not going to be too big a drag. Although it's literally going to be a drag, given that I'll be applying brakes to the rear of the train. Now, I mean, the pro tip here, I do have something of a reputation for flinging trains wildly off the track. Usually because I'm driving like some kind of berserker. But not today. No, today I am being sensible and using appropriate judgment. You'll see that with 900 yards to go, we're already slowing to what will be the speed limit. Bit of a honk. There we are. Yep. It's always good for a honk past the camera. Now, I mean, you can judge the quality of honkage by the old Doppler effect that you've got going on. Oh, hold on. Diggers. Wait. Park her up. Yeah. Okay. See? Brace. Doppler effect. I've tested this already. Now, it's a nice Doppler effect, but I'd say it was a bit too quick, personally. But then again, I'm not really what you might call a Doppler effect expert. I'm merely a casual fan. I like to, engage with a bit of Doppler in my spare time, but not so much that I can't handle it. I could quit any time I like. It's a heady cocktail. Your Doppler effect. There's the kick of the brakes releasing again. I like it. Yeah. Right. This is a go via. We don't actually have to stop here. And that's all good. We've got the train completely under control. I'm going to hang your head out like a dog again. I can still. Right, okay. I thought it was worth checking. Okay, 350 yards. Yep. All looks good going that way. Damn, on top of the world. This is the business. Now we do have a 15 coming up. I can take that into consideration with a smidge of minimal reduction. Now here's the thing, and you may be able to answer this one for me. Is I'm wary of just rolling your train down the hill in this fashion while maintaining braking the entire time. Isn't that just a really fine way to burn through the lifespan of your brakes if they are under constant use while on these downhill runs? Now, obviously, I mean, I could be using the brakes on the locomotive, but that's a terrible idea. That is, I mean, I was alluding to earlier, that's a fine way to fling your train off the track, is just use the independent brake. Now, you want to do it as though you're riding a bicycle with trains, is you apply the back brake first, and then, to brake more aggressively, you put the front brake on. If you just put the front brake on, you, my friend, are going over the handlebars. I've done it. I've been there. It's quite exciting, but also it's not really what you want to accomplish. I know, as saying, there are very few things that I didn't attempt and fail on a bicycle as a young man. You may possibly have heard the tale of my having attempted to jump a duck pond on a bicycle. Not any kind of stunt bicycle, you understand. Just your standard, everyday, commonplace kind of bike. Got a bit of plywood. I think it was plywood. It's not really that salient to the story, I'll be honest. Propped it up on a couple of bricks. My thinking was, because I was pretty confident on my bike, I was quite happy going at a fair lick, and I'll cycle down towards the plywood really, really fast, get some air, and clear the duck pond. There may or may not have been some Evel Knievel action going on the television that weekend. I can't adequately remember, only that Mr. Knievel and his motorcycle were occasionally, not often, but occasionally, you'd have some loon trying to jump over a bunch of stuff that they really had no business jumping over on the television, and it would inspire young gentlemen like myself to take to their bicycles and try and replicate that. Now, of course, the duck pond in question, we're not talking epic level duck pond here. We're talking about, I don't know, 6 feet across, 2 meters, something in that kind of region. It's not very far across at all, and I was fairly confident. My dad had built this duck pond, you see, because for those in the UK, and I don't know why you would be. We're doing a bit of the Cane Creek here, but my folks very much embraced the good life principle. So we had cows, ducks, chickens, flipping what else? Pigs. Oh my goodness, so many pigs. And well, by so many I mean like a dozen. The small holding whereby one would be able to be self-sufficient. Right, all the brakes, please. And a bit on the front. I timed that wrong because I was trying to remember how many pigs we had. That's okay. We're almost there. Close enough. There you go. See? Close enough. Right. What do you want from me next? I think we should probably ease the brakes a smidge. Put about 8 on the independent and take that down to about 30. That will hold us. Yeah. Super. Right. Are we done yet? Oh, hang on. I'll wind my neck in. Let's go and uncouple the old vehicles here. All right. Yeah. Because we're not taking all of them. No. Some of these aren't coming with us. Some of these are going somewhere else. Right, down we go. And stroll on up the side of the beast. Now, as much as you can, it's one of the things that impressed me about this. It is that you can, when you're stood by the side of them, you kind of go, flippin' heck, it's big. Because while you're inhabiting it and you're free roaming your camera all over the place, you really don't get a sense of just how ruddy large they are. Now, obviously, we all know trains in the real world, and we kind of go, oh yeah, train, they're quite big, aren't they? And you go, yeah, they genuinely are. Look, I mention it because it's the sort of thing that I'm impressed by. You kind of go, oh yeah, it's quite big, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Look, I'm simple, these kinds of things that entertain and amuse me. But sense of scale's very, is great. Right. Uncouple, please. Good. Tell you something for nothing. I am not walking back up there. I'm going to sprint. I was embracing the environment and the moment and the time of the day and the enjoyment. And I tell you, this time of day, about 7 in the morning, when you've got the sun coming up like this, it's the most fantastic time in the world. I've walked past you, my ladder. Hold on. Yeah, I know. It's great. No, you're up, you're lively. The sun's, it's just starting to do its business over there. It's not so warm yet that you kind of go, oh, it's a bit warm. And the British summer, the British summer gets a bit of the British weather gets a bit of a rum deal overall. It gets a bad rep It gets a bad rep because the assumption is it's always grey and it's always raining. And certainly at various times of the year, say between October and about April, that would be accurate. You know, occasional big winds and occasional, you know, snowy weather of the wintry variety, they break it all up, and that's, you know, that's fine and largely to be expected. But the summer's really good. Now, I mean, not every summer is reliable. You know, sometimes I missed the stop again. How? I mean, it wasn't even that far, you clown. Right, stop at the location of the Brendel Spur, which is that siding behind us. But I've got to go and switch the points to do that. Was I saying? Yeah, no. This time of day in the summer, in Britain, magical. In fact, I would say probably. I mean, my expertise in such things, or rather my experience in such things, is slightly more limited. But I would say that for quite a lot of Northern Europe, dogs kicking off next door, you know, the same would be true, because obviously our climates are rather similar. Yeah, I know it's all about your latitudes, isn't it? Right, okay. Now it says here it's already going left, but it's not. It's going right at the moment, so we need to go and push it left. There we go. Yeah, super. Right, up the junction. I'm into it. It's gonna be good. Anyway, as I was saying, front brakes on first. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, you genuinely do not want to deploy your front brakes first because you're going over the handlebars. I went over the handlebars a few times. Most notable of which is I was coming back from the Sunday market. There's nothing particularly special about a Sunday market. For those interested in what did I bought from the Sunday market, this was, you know, this was a good 30 years ago, but I remember it well because it ended poorly. I'd bought a former West German army surplus shirt. Yeah, I know. I was of an age where army surplus was kind of, you know, hip and groovy. Right, backwards a bit. About notch 3 is usually enough to get us underway, although we are running a shorter consist now, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But I don't know. I mean, operationally, I like to bring the power up before releasing the brakes when you're on any kind of a grade, because otherwise, well, you're applying the brakes again. That was just a misthink on my part. Yeah, otherwise, you know, trouble. Oh, really? Yeah, no, big trouble. What? Otherwise, you chance rolling forwards and then having the power actually engage, and what you end up with is a lot of wheel slip. Right, let's power off. Now we should turn left here, but I didn't actually check the points to see whether that was going to happen or not. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, clearly some of you weren't crossing your fingers. That didn't work at all. No, put the power to neutral and brakes on, please. No, we don't want to hijack those wagons as well. That's not on our agenda item list. Going this way, and then brakes off. Right, wait, no, give it a moment. Let it think about it before you. But look, I like doing US freight because they're ponderous, and I don't mean that in a sluggish kind of way. In that you set up, and then the power engages, and then you're underway. And therefore it is the timing of brakes, and it's the timing of releasing them and applying power and all that kind of stuff. That's where the challenge resides. You might go, yeah, well look, I mean, doing 20 miles at 30 mile an hour is not exactly the most riveting thing you're ever going to do. Again, it's not about that. It's about keeping something which is fundamentally difficult to control, is keeping it under control. Right, get out of the train. Yeah. So I'm coming back from the Sunday market with a plastic carrier bag that's got this West German army surplus shirt in there. The interesting thing about that shirt, I'd probably only wear it about half a dozen times in the future. It really wasn't worth the drama I went through to get it. And obviously, as a young man, I'm using my bicycle to get around just about everywhere. If you didn't ride a bike as a young'un in the 1980s, then frankly, you weren't going anywhere. No, because your parents would look at you like you were nuts if you ever asked for a lift. You kind of go, "What are you talking about? It's only half an hour walk. Go away." I mean, frankly, that went up to you want to go where? You want to go into town? All right, well, get a bus. Right, the end. No, lifts weren't a thing. You wanted to go somewhere, you went and did it. And dubious adventures would happen along the way. Anywho, got my shirt in a bag, and I'm carrying it in my hand while on my bike. Sort of bike, it was a racer. This one. This was back when Yeah, I know. The fact that I'm calling it a racer, that rather gives you a time and place to consider. Right, stick the reverser in reverse. Ease the brakes off. I appear to be looking out the wrong window. All right, hang on. Give it a bit of notch too. You've done this the wrong way. That's all right. No, wait. What? Just there. Now, out the window. Turn around. Off we trot. Super job. Now, if I recall correctly, this siding is not as long as you think it's going to be. There's a set of buffers here. Yep, there we go. Anyway, on the way back, I wanted to pop into the shop, and that's fine. One would routinely pop into the shop for a can of Quattro, and I went up the pavement, and of course, because I'm on a racer, it's not designed exactly for going up the pavement. In fact, I bent the front wheel on my racer about 3 or 4 times trying to do stuff that would suggest that a BMX was the thing that you really wanted, but it didn't really slow me down. Anyway, instead of going up the curb, the wheel skidded along the curb. I went over the handlebars and immediately flew head first into the corner of a wall as the bag got trapped in the front spokes, catapulting me dramatically over the handlebars into the corner of a brick wall. I walked it off in that way that you do, despite the fact that, possibly should have been checked for a concussion, but, where there's no sense, there's no pain. And that's, so that's that story. Yeah. Anyway, that's the story about don't apply the front brake on the train first, lest your West German Army surplus shirt gets stuck in the spokes while you're attempting to mount a curb, and you end up flying headfirst into a wall, or in a train sense, derailing. Yeah. No, I didn't say it was 100% pertinent, but, you've got to keep the kids amused while you're on a lengthy car journey. Right, now, here's the thing. I've got 75 yards to go. That is less than 75 yards. So I am not going to be able to park exactly on the sweet spot here. Give it just a tickle more. We'll put in some effort and try and get as close to the buffers as possible, but I don't think we're going to stop in the right place. I'll be honest. I think we're going to stop a little bit short of the target. I mean, I'm comfortable with that, but at the same time, we'll do our best. I mean, especially since on a freight run such as this one, you're not really against the clock. The only real timing that you have is for other trains. I might have left this late. No, you're golden. Oh, apparently that's good enough. All right, good enough is good enough. Right, there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I've only got 4 flipping wagons in the consist now, so it's going to stop on I would say dime, but maybe not a dime. Maybe a handful of dimes. Right. Let's pick her up. There you go. Thank you very much. Good show. Yep. There's the honk of well done. We're on to the next one. Right. Where are we going next, Timmy? I don't know. Wait for the Fat Controller to tell us. Alright, I'm ready. I imagine it's forwards, though. Yeah, you see, I know a thing or two. Right. Ease off the brakes. You could probably gun it now, Yeah, but I've driven the whole thing really cleanly so far. Why would you jeopardise that now? That we've accomplished things. Keep it neat, keep it tidy, keep it all under control. There you go. See? And we don't want to lose points by speeding through this switch. But no, not automatic. You want now you want the independent brake because it's just you. Well, surely that just invalidates the front wheel braking only theorem that you've been expounding of late. Normally I would say yes, but in this situation it's as though we're now riding a unicycle and have only one wheel. Therefore, applying the brakes is only going to stop the one wheel that you're on. And frankly, unicycles don't have brakes. Only your feet pedalling backwards and forwards in order to maintain any level of control. I see. Yeah. Good. So here I am. I'm on my bike and got a bit of plywood set up. You know, given that my brother's only 18 months younger than me, he's obviously in attendance as well, and you know, he knows. I don't need to tell him that, you know, he was always the better cyclist in a stunts-based capacity than me. He was the one who had a BMX and with the mag wheels and the stunt pegs and all of that kind of behaviour. You know, he'd do I haven't gone far enough. Where was I supposed to stop? Back there. What? I'm not entirely sure I understand what I've done wrong here. You went sailing through that. You just want to stop there. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, he's in attendance, but I'm the one with the sufficient witlessness to endeavour a manoeuvre like the one that I'm about to attempt, whereby my road bike is about to sail majestically over the top of the Doe Ponds. And yeah, wait, hang on, do a bit of that. Right, brakes are released. Roll it up a little bit, please. No, you put the brakes back on. Yeah, I know, it's because I'm just confused, that's all. Don't worry, it's okay, it's all good. So I take a decent sized run up. Now what I should have done was taken a decent sized run up in parallel with my takeoff, and then just allowed it to roll once I hit the ramp to get some feel for the level of momentum required in order to be able to, you know, clear the lake, clear the pond in a compelling fashion. Right, we're coupling up to that. I'm going to need to switch points first. Yeah, so no, obviously I didn't do that because as an 11-year-old or however old I was, and 11 feels about right, and I didn't do any due diligence of that kind of fashion. No, I just went for it. Yeah. When I say went for it, I probably didn't went for it as anywhere near as fast as I should have done. Well, I mean, that much is obvious because I know how this story ends. So yeah, I mean, right, we're doing what? Connecting to those. Yeah. Okay. Right. No, not a problem. 7:33 in the morning. You know, this falls into what cinematographers describe as golden hour. You get two golden hours per day. Where no, you've gone too far there, son. Right, okay. Right, ease that off. Thank you. Right, now because we've got 0.7 of a degree down bubble, which we do at the moment. There, see, that's 0.7%. We are going to roll that way, which is what you don't want. That's why it's worth putting a little bit of power on before your brakes fully release. Right, let's. You know what? I want this camera power off. Yeah. You've gone too far again. Yeah, stop sending it all the way to there. Here you go. We're going to bring it in here. We're going to go for the gentlest kind of connection that we can muster. See if we can get below 0.5 miles per hour on the connection here. Now, obviously, rolling up at 1 mile per hour as I currently am doing, this is not representing the largest challenge you're ever going to see, but, you know, I think it's good anyway. 0.3 miles per hour now. Whoo, heady times. Bit of a honk. Let the wagons know we're coming. Right, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy does it. 2 miles per hour, you madman. Right, that's going to be golden. It's going to be golden. No, leave the reverser alone. Can't help it. It's muscle memory of using WAS and D. Yeah. Come on, keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's it. Yeah. I don't want it to go clunk in that way these couplers often do. I want it to go as the handshake is made. Right, gently, 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 gently. Dab more power. Dab more power. That's it. That's a dab. That's good. Still a clunk, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was a clunk. I failed you. I apologise. Right. Next. Turn the bell off. Good. Right. Just waiting further instructions. Yeah, golden hour. No, and it's called golden hour because the lighting is such that that lighting your subjects is a doddle in this kind of light. And obviously hour, because you get about an hour at sunrise and an hour at sunset where the lighting just creates for some absolutely tremendous shots. Hollywood movies, you'll see it routinely in Hollywood movies where there is this kind of golden sheen to stuff, particularly stuff that's shot in California, which admittedly is quite a lot of Hollywood movies, but stuff shot in California because the sunsets you get there, obviously with it being on the west coast of America, particularly fine. But notwithstanding, rising in the east, setting in the west, you get an hour both ways of absolutely magnificent sunlight for lighting your visual entertainment. There you go. That's a pro tip. You know, the things you didn't know you were going to learn. You know, from front break theory to the history of potache, which isn't mined. No, it's not. People set fire to trees and then they scoop up the ashes and flog them to other people, and somehow they make money out of that. Who knows? The fact that the first patent was of any kind, the very first patent was potache related. I didn't know that before we kicked off. I just brought some supplemental reading material in the hope of keeping you all suitably engaged while we were doing this operation, and I think you'll find that you've been enriched now. That's a pub quiz question, and no doubt, and you will know the answer. Yeah, but have you been able to retain who it was that registered that patent? Obviously, if you're American, that's patent, but for the rest of us, patent. Yeah. Wait. More breaks. All right, more breaks. Yeah, we're not mucking about now. We're going to go. Yeah, full beans, please. I'd like one stop that was on target. Well, you can't have it. No, we hammered them on. Yeah. There you go. Successful operation, well succeeded, I would say, and that was jolly good fun. Oh, duck pond. Yeah, I hit the ramp at nowhere near fast enough. I went straight over the handlebars, landed face down in the pond, covered in duck excrement. And, I mean, it sticks with me as a story, but for those of you hoping for a dramatic ending of heroic nature, you've come to the wrong place. I'm in Colonel Failure. For more of this kind of nonsense, you can catch me on the YouTubes, where subscription is an option, but by no means mandatory. I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.